Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're gonna be talking about the 7 things that I love the most about my 2003 Mustang SVT Cobra. And I know these type of videos were popular maybe a few years ago, but for some reason it always stuck to my mind. So now that I have my dream car, I'm able to share the 7 things that I love the most about this car. So hear me out. Alright guys, so for my first reason why I love this car, it will be because of its looks. See, I love the way the 03 and 04 Cobra Terminator, they look. To me, this car looks timeless. Like the design of this car, it looks just amazing. You know what's funny? I was reading the book, which I do recommend, Iron Fist, Left Foot, and it was saying that the guy who, you know, not who designed, but who gave it the look that he has, the bumper, the hood, I'm gonna look up his name. He designed this car with the 4 GT at the same time. So he was actually the designer of the 05 4 GT. And I don't know, there's something about these cars, the way that they just look pure mean, especially when you're driving down and then you see them coming at you behind the mirror, and I don't know, they just look badass, man. They just look badass, they look mean, and they're just great cars. They look just, like I said at the beginning, timeless. So that will be my reason number 1. My reason number 2, it goes hand in hand with the reason that I gave you, reason 1, and that will be its size. See, I love the way the new Ash Mustang size it looks, just because it was, I mean, which a lot of people think is a bad thing. They all came with the Fox body platform, and because of that, the size is smaller. It's a lot smaller than the S197, the generation that came after that, the 05 through 14, and then it's also smaller than an S550, and it's not as wide. And for that reason, you know, just because it's a small car, I really love this car. So my third reason, it's no surprise, and it could have been easily my first reason, but I decided that the looks, but I mean, it's a close call, first and third and size, but it will be this absolutely wonderful, overdeveloped engine from 2003 called the Terminator Engine. And this thing is just, oof, I gotta shake my hand, guys, because this it's a dream of an engine. I mean, what else can I say that hasn't been said? They hold 1,000+ horsepower. They have manly rods. They're just built, and I've said in so many videos, this engine, it was overdeveloped for its time. It's stronger than the 07 through 14, yes, even through 14 GT500, which come with the 5.8. This Battleman would handle a lot more horsepower because it was only built from 03 and 04, and they went with the best stuff, including an iron block, manly rods, anything, you name it. I even think that they came with ARPs on the heads. So these motors, I mean, and just the supercharger, come on, I mean guys, the instant torque that you get from this little Eaton blower, it's just amazing. It screams, and you guys know it. I mean, it's a classic thing about Terminator Cobras. these supercharged disc screens. They put you back on the seat, and just the sound that they make is just unbelievable. All right, so for my fourth reason why I absolutely love this car, it's because of these seats. As you can see, these seats are so comfortable and they grip you in such an amazing place. I mean, when you're taking turns on this car, you don't move. These seats are amazing. Plus, another thing that I love about these seats, it's your headrest. Sit right here, you see, they're adjustable and they just hug you and they're just flat out comfortable. Plus, I love the suede material that they have and just the adjustability that you have on this car. You know, they're just simply amazing, and that is another reason why I absolutely love this car. And something that, you know, a lot of people, they give it crap, but I do like this interior. I appreciate the layout, and I love the gauges of the car that the car comes with. I love the way they illuminate at night, and I think it's just a good interior, especially for this year. I really do. So my fifth reason is gonna have to do with this, and what you're seeing here is a T56, and I just love this transmission. It feels so natchy, and when you put your hand on it and you go through the shift, you could just clutch, you could just feel the shifts, and it feels so good. And they're known to handle a ton of power. These T56 were amazing. You could find them in the Corvette C06, Dodge Viper of its time, and they're known to handle a bunch of power. And yes, they're better than the transmissions found in the Coyote Mustangs, you know, 11 through 20. That famous MT82, this is a lot stronger. And yeah, man, I mean, another reason why I love this car, I love going through the shifts. I love the length of each gear, and also the fact that this has a 6-speed, and you could just put it in 6th gear and cruise, and you know, it's an amazing transmission. So another reason why we stare at this beautiful back end of the Terminator, and the reason is because it's back here. You cannot see it, but I'll do my best for you guys to see it, and that will be the IRS. I love the IRS of this thing, and you can see the exhaust there. I don't know if you can see it, it's hard for you to see, but basically the independent rear suspension that these Cobras came with, some people don't like them, and I understand why, because they wheel hop from the factory, and I'm not gonna lie, you know, it's irritating. But once you swap out the bushings, I mean, and just, I can't explain it, guys, but the ride quality that you get with this independent rear suspension. And what it is, for a lot of you guys that don't know what it is that if you hit a bump or a hole on this tire, it won't affect this tire because it's an independent rear suspension. And what happens is that you have a lot more control of the car going over bumps, and especially when you're giving it gas. And plus, it makes the ride so much comfortable as you're going on turns. And I'm telling you this from experience, because all the Mustangs that I ever had before were solid axle, and I thought, you know, solid axle, hey man, you know, it's a big deal, nobody cares. These Mustangs are drag racers. And I also didn't appreciate the fact that it gave like 200 pounds to the back end of the Cobra. But once I rode on this car and I felt it and how amazing it feels on the back, it truly doesn't feel like a new Edge Mustang. It feels like something more refined, and I think it all has to do with that IRS on the back. It feels totally different, guys, than any other Mustang, you know, new Edge that I ever been in. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the mileage that they had. This feels better than my S197 05 Mustang GT, and it is because of that IRS. So when Ford went back in 2015, I completely understand why they went back. So my seventh and final reason is because of how special it makes you feel. See, this Terminator Cobras, they're so special you get behind the wheel of this car, you listen to that burble of that exhaust on the back. And you're just cruising down, just roaring with your T56, knowing that you have over 500 crank horsepower on this car, because this car is pulley, so it's probably putting around 440, 460 to the wheels. And you get on it, man, and you're driving it. And you know, a lot of people see it and they don't know what it is. You know, they think it's another Mustang. But the people who see it, they appreciate it, and they go crazy once they see this car. Especially on the conditions that this car has. I mean, the conditions of this car, it only has 40,000 miles, and as you can see, it looks like a brand new car. And a lot of people appreciate that about these cars, you know, that they've been preserved. And I certainly do appreciate that, because you know, you don't see them like this anymore, especially new edge. You get behind this car, like I was saying, and you're driving it, and you know, you got 500 horse, and you give it some gas and you hear that whine from the supercharged. And if you go full throttle, you know, you're going for a ride. It'll put you back on the seat, and it just feels special. That's the right word to say, guys. It just feels special, and that's one thing that I love about this car. All right, guys, so I'm gonna give you an 8th one, and this one is a bonus. Okay, I mean, I could give you 20 and 30 reasons why I love this car, but I'm not gonna make you go through this whole video. Hear me tell you things about that I love about this car, because you know, I won't. And the other reason why I love this car is because it's a Terminator Cobra. It's a legend. You know, it kind of falls back to number 7, but just the name, the brand, Terminator. You know, the snake. You know, you pull up to someone who knows this car, and they see the dash, they see the back bumper, they see the mirrors, they see the front bumper. They come up here and they see the heat exchanger. By the way, mine says Cobra. And they see that and they know exactly what it means. It means business. It means a car that's pissed off. I love the Terminators. They're absolutely my favorite car. And I wouldn't trade this car for the world, because I appreciate the history behind it. You know, first car to really put the Mustang out there besides the Cobra R. That's a limited production car. Great car, amazing car. And but they only made 300 of those. But this one, they made 19,000 plus, and they went out on the streets and they made business. And another thing that I could add to this one is the ease to make power. See, these cars were underrated. When they came out, they said 390, but in reality, they were putting 370 to the wheels, 380, 390. And we all know, guys, you put a pulley, intake, exhaust, and a tune, like same things that I have, and you put in 460 to the wheels. And back then, in 2003, those type of numbers, man, I'm telling you, you were gapping Corvettes, you were gapping Vipers, you were pretty much untouchable in those years. And then for years to come, because after that, the 07 and 09 GT500 came out, and these things were still a little bit quicker due to the weight of those cars. And not to mention that this motors just handle a ton more power than those cars. So alright, guys, thank you for watching this video. I love making this type of videos for you guys. Hopefully you guys find it entertaining. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Also, if you're new, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you part of this family that's growing, and you guys seem to love this car so much, and I'm so thankful to you guys. And you know, just being able to share this car, this is my passion, and hopefully the love that I feel for this cars, it comes through these videos, and you guys, you know, appreciate it. And I think you do. I think you guys have loved this car as much as I do. And all right, guys, for everything Terminator, stick here to the MG channel. There will be a lot more videos, and trust me on this one, there will be a lot more videos of these cars, and hopefully more cars eventually down the road. And I'll catch you on the next one.